This time, Flying Anna didn't jump all that quickly and wide out on the track. Retrace, one of the smartest to begin. Tantrums got out well. So did Miss Bustle and Fair Embrace. Cleopatra's Needle and Juicinda up looking for the lead. So too Vita on the inside, and then comes Queen Sweet. Happens making ground. Princess Leela's back worse than midfield, followed by Jetanova. Then the favourite Flying Anna. Donna Rica second last, and Revolting is tailed right off. They come to the 500 and the home corner, and Juicinda getting right up on the inside. The leader from Miss Bustle. Fair Embrace third, and very, very wide as Retrace, followed by Vita and Happens, and 2 lengths to Flying Anna, who's made a lot of ground, and Cleopatra's Needle and Queen Sweet head the remainder down to the 250, and Miss Bustle is a clear-cut leader now. Miss Bustle a length on Happens. Fair Embrace is struggling, and then Queen Sweet from Retrace, but it's Miss Bustle in the Arrowfield colours, 100 to go. Nicely clear. Happens the inside from Vita and Queen Sweet, but it's all Miss Bustle, and Miss Bustle wins it nicely from Happens and Vita. Followed home by Donna Rica, and then came Queen Sweet, Flying at a good margin, Princess Leela, Fair Embrace Revolting, and then Juicinda. Retrace knocked up, so did Tantrums. Cleopatra's Needle beat 1 to the line, and that was Jetanova.
8 Miss Bustle, a Dan Zero filly, number 8, 960, 290. Brian York defeating 6, Happens 190, and 14 Vita 340.
And would you note the track at Doomben has been upgraded from good to fast, so the track is fast for racing at Doomben in Brisbane today. Now, they're moving into line at Mertoa.
OK, we're not covering that event, so let's have a look at the Brisbane details for today. At Doomben, it's weather fine track.
The outstanding stuff.
Ahead by a half, the time 1:16.2. Now,
Right on starting time now. Rain still tumbling down here at Flemington as rain gauge goes up. And then we wait on Southern Secret to go in.
3-2-1, official, the Gold Coast.
Royal Exit on the inside of Silvana. Silvana went straight to the front at Moonee Valley. Doll's back, they're off and running. Limerick Fly got its head up just after the jump away and went back to the tail. First out here is Adolescence bouncing in front of Silvana, and Rum going forward on the outside from Cathedral Run. Further out is Buster Dream, and very deep is Southern Secret. Royal Exit back on the inside of Verbal. Further back in the race then came Limerick Flyer around Dane's Charm. 2 to Countess Phoenician, followed by Farina. 2 lengths further back then came Supreme Heights, and last of all Rain Gauge at the 1400 metre mark, and Rum takes it up in front. Moves by 2 lengths to Southern Secret. 1 further back Adolescence third. 4th Buster Dream, a length and a half further back Silvana 5th. 3/4 to a length on the outside Cathedral Run. 2 lengths further back Verbal. 3/4 Limerick Flyer. 3 further back Dane's Charm. 1 1/2 then Royal Exit. Farina a length further back Countess Phoenician. They're well strung out from Rain Gauge and Supreme Heights. Inside the 1,000 now, Rum the leader. A length and a half in front from Southern Secret. 1 further back Adolescence has had a good run third. Buster Dream outside it 4th. 2 lengths further back Silvana. Outside it Cathedral Run 6th. About 3 lengths Verbal. A length further back was Limerick Flyer on the outside, and they're 2 1/2 Dane's Charm. Then Farina well back in the race. Royal Exit, Countess Phoenician. Then Rain Gauge, and last of all Supreme Heights. Coming to the turn at the 600 metre mark, and Rum down on the inside. Tackled by Southern Secret. Adolescence right behind them third. Buster Charm is moving to the outside. Up now on the outside. Buster Dream 4th. Further back Dane's Charm. Adolescence about to get a run. Rum in front. Adolescence tackling it from Buster Dream. Then Verbal, Silvana, and down the outside Cathedral Run. Royal Exit back to the inside. Buster Dream on the outside. Headed off now. Got up on the outside to Adolescence. Verbal is out now from Silvana, and then Rain Gauge late. Over on the inside, Adolescence from Buster Dream. Verbal coming at them from Royal Exit. It's Adolescence in front after it. Verbal and Royal Exit. Adolescence finding a bit, and Adolescence a neck on the line to either Verbal or Royal Exit. Further back in the race then came Rum from Rain Gauge, Cathedral Run. Then Buster Dream from Dane's Charm. A gap in the race, Silvana. Further back, Farina followed the outside Supreme Heights. A gap then to Countess Phoenician, followed further back by Southern Secret. And Limerick Flyer back at the tail.
3 Adolescents, $5.80 and $2.10 for the minors. 15 Verbal, $9.20 and 12 Royal Exit, $2.90. Doomben race 1 in 7 minutes. 1 Gay Revenger, 11 and 4. 2 Zulalu, 4 and 160. 3 Fate Gallant, 130 and money back. 4 Blue Gown, 19, 670. 5 Mingamoo, 22.90 and 7.20.
3 special 2-1 selections from Doomben race number 1 with 3 Vates Callants, the late male. 3:15.12 Flemington.
When Southern Secret
And they're racing in the second here at Royal Randwik, and I Reign Supreme bounced out in front. Huge Demand is keen to go forward, and in fact, Huge Demand runs to the lead from I Reign Supreme. Power of Pegasus on the inside is third, and Varacoo's going to be pratted out pretty wide at the moment. He's racing around Balzaffer at about 4 lengths to Goodwood. Racing along towards the 1200 pole, and the leader is Huge Demand by a little more than a length on Power of Pegasus. Similar margin away third is Balzaffer racing through and shading I Reign Supreme. One to Varacool getting a little bit closer to the fence, and 2 behind the favourite being Goodwood. This is the order as they work their way out of the back straight and go past the 900, and Huge Demand is the leader. Second, Power of Pegasus. Balzaffer is next. I Reign Supreme at the girth of Balzaffer at a couple of lengths to Varacool, and 2.5 further off is Goodwood. No variation, 800 metres left to run. They've gone more than halfway now, and Huge Demand about 3/4 of a length on Power of Pegasus. Now I Reign Supreme is moving forward, and Marshall was about to go at the same time as the rider on I Reign Supreme, Larry Cassidy, but as they come to the corner, and the leader is still Huge Demand from Power of Pegasus and I Reign Supreme, and wider out is Varacool from Balzaffer, and last of all is Goodwood. Interesting races. They turn for home, and Power of Pegasus quickly got past Huge Demand. Varacool is being hard ridden. He's not going on with it quite at this moment, and Balzaffer gets the split, and he's coming home well. They race past the 200, and Balzaffer got to Power of Pegasus. Varacool on the outside. Power of Pegasus not giving in without a kick. Balzaffer, will he reach Power of Pegasus? Power of Pegasus, Balzaffer. Power of Pegasus the inside, or Balzaffer in a head-bobbing finish. Third was Varacool, fourth Goodwood, fifth I Reign Supreme, and the early leader sixth and last, and that was Huge Demand.
Another photo finish.
Possibly 5 Power of Pegasus, the winner there at $3.70 for the win.
70 and $2 for Balzaffer, 370 the place. No third for 2, Varacool. Cheltenham, race 1 Gilligan.
Okay, well, we'll have a look at the update for that market shortly. Race number 1 on the program at Cheltenham in South Australia. Standing by for those Sydney numbers after race number 2. Tasmania not too far away, and then it will be Adelaide. Race number 1 at 1:30 today, and at 1:32 the first at the Greyhounds out at Narrabundah. We're about to go to Kel O'Rourke with a preview of action there. 5 has got it in Sydney. Power of Pegasus from 4. Bold Zaffa, and 2 third Varacool, 5-4-2.
At Randwik. And the totes are starting to appear. The winner, number 5, Power of Pegasus, $3.70 and $2. 4, Bold Zaffa, $3.70, no third dividend for 2, Varacool. Quinella, $11.70, Exacta, $27.10, Trifecta, $36.60, running double, 8 and 5, $31.80. Tote dividends, race 4, Mertoa.
Okay, we'll leave that there.
Balls are back and they're off and running. Piaget went back after the start. One of the first out, Our Wing Foot bounced quickly with Surfboard. Mr. Goldflyer began quickly and further out. Land's End showing good speed. On the inside, Surfboard joined by Land's End. They went a bit quick. Mr. Goldflyer third, and Our Wing Foot fourth from Crystal Finale. Deeper length for the back, Shruti. Warrabinda followed by the Grey Cardinal Centona. One further back was Flying Ed. A length and a half further back then came Sound the Alarm, who's drifted back off midfield. Behind it, further back then came Scalado, followed by Tupple Run, Piaget, and Big Pat last of all. 850 metres to go. Land's End working on the outside of neck in front of Surfboard, the fence. 3 lengths further back, Our Wing Foot on the inside of Mr. Goldflyer. Crystal Finale 3 deep, a length and a half further back, Shruti around Warrabinda. The Grey Cardinal the inside from Centona, further back Sound the Alarm, Flying Ed. Well back was Big Pat coming to the home turn from Scalado, Tupple Run, and Piaget last of all. Into the straight they race, 500 to go. Land's End going up to Surfboard, 2 lengths then to Our Wing Foot, who's extending, running on fairly well. Further back, Crystal Finale, Warrabinda getting out from Mr. Goldflyer, right down the outside, Sounds the Alarm. Halfway up the running, Land's End in front. Our Wing Foot can't get to it at the moment. Crystal Finale out in the centre of the track with Scalado finishing off well, followed by Mr. Goldflyer, but Land's End's doing it well. He's home. Land's End 2 in front of Scalado, and Land's End a length and a quarter. Scalado third, Crystal Finale. Big Pat has flashed home on the fence fourth. Then further back, Mr. Goldflyer, followed by Our Wing Foot. Then Warrabinda further back in the race, Flying at Piaget. Sound the Alarm, Tupple Run, a gap, Shruti. Knocking up with Surfboard. Further back, the Grey Cardinal and Centona near the tail.
14 Land's End, $33.80, $9.40. 12 Scalado, $4.90, and 10 Crystal Finale, $3.40.
Now the call for race 2 at Doomben.
1 Burrito, 970, 470. 2 Sea Breeze, 160 and money back. 3 is out. 4 Pedro's Gallant, 910, 380. 5 Final Forecast, 680, 290, and 6 Emeralds off, 530, 220.
14, 12 and 10 here at Flemington. Number 14, Land's End, racing up on the outside of Surfboard. Sitting back about a half length, getting its neck in front at different points. It's scooted away down on the inside. Surfboard dropped out. Scalado down the middle, and Crystal Finale kept plugging on very well after being 3 deep most of the trip, but honours there with the winner. That's a good performance ridden by Kieran McAvoy at 33.80 and 9.40, prepared by Peter Hayes, and the famous Robert Sangster colours at any odds, 33.80 and 9.40 for 14 Land's End, 12 Scalado. Bit of specking for the horse late at 4.90 and 10 Crystal Finale, $3.40. It was a solid run, Crystal Finale, never the closer than 3 to the fence. 14, 12 and 10, 33.
The racing. Century Kid was about second out. Heracles left best. Century Kid's racing him, however, for the early lead. A couple of lengths to Sparks and then Hebe Rebe. Second last Legend to Bounds, and immediately O'Bar drops out to last. Century Kid straight to a clear-cut lead now. And coming along past the 900, Century Kid opens up about 2.5 lengths. Second posse is Heracles, and Sparks is third. About 5 lengths further off is O'Bar around Hebe Rebe, and 2.5 further off Legend to Bounds. Century Kid approaching the 600 marker with a lead of a length and 3/4. Heracles sitting second. In third position, Sparks, a couple to O'Bar around Hebe Rebe, and Legend of Bounds is last. The short price favourite, Century Kid, will lead them clearly. And coming around the corner now, Glenn Boss riding very quietly on Century Kid and straightens up the favourite by more than a length on Heracles. 2.5 to Sparks and 2 lengths to Hebe Rebe. At the 250, Century Kid, Boss hasn't moved. He has a sustained peep and another one over the left shoulder. Now he shakes up Century Kid, and the Centane gelding responds, and he put 2 lengths now on Heracles, followed by Sparks, but Century Kid is outclassing his rivals, and down to the line he goes. Century Kid to win it, and win it very easily. Very close between Heracles and Sparks for second and third. Long margin, Hebe Rebe, O'Bard, and Legend Bounds was last.
2 Century Kid, Glenn Boss, 220, 150, close for second. 3 Heracles, 190, and 1 Sparks, 190 with 2 place totes.
Now let's look at race 2 at Cheltenham.
1 Barossa Valley, 510, 240, 2 Shea Spice, 310, 140, it's the tote favourite. 3 Star Hit, 770, 210. 4 Finnis Flirt, 14, 380. 5 Our Valentine, 57 and 1580. 6 Mystic Grey, 930, 270. 7 She's Posh, 1150, 240. 8 Miss Naylor, 17, 20, 420. 9 Natalami, 46 and 10. 10 Jamoon, 752, 60. 11 Spiritual Miss, 38 and 770.
And the selections for that second in Adelaide are still about 7 minutes away, or 6 now, as the clock ticks over to 2:04. Selections 231 with 2 Shea Spice, the late male. National Racing Service 231 over the line there in Sydney. Century Kid from Heracles and Sparks in the third on the card there. We'll be heading to Mowbray soon for race.
Set to go. And racing. And he didn't begin all that badly, Mayshield. Probably missed it a length, and he'll ease over their heels early. One of the first out is Jangling Jack, and also showing pace, all tanked up, holding the rail. The Warrior just behind them. Lord Larwood going forward about 3 wide around Bida Condios. Maguire next trying to get in somewhere. A couple to Brew, and they're followed by Casino Heights and Backstop. Mr. Nelson, Peter Jack, Skybow, and Mayshield is last as they leave the straight and head out now the 2,000 metre mark. All tanked up in front, but he's slammed the brakes on now, and Maguire went round the outside and took over the running. It's Maguire by a couple of lengths now by the 2,000 metres from all tanked up. Lord Larwood is ahead away third. 2 lengths to Jangling Jack, fourth the outside. The Warrior has a good trail over on the fence, followed by Bida Condios. Backstop travelling 3 wide. Brews over on the rail. 2 Casino Heights, a half Peter Jack, a length and a half further back Mr. Nelson, and Mayshield next to last with Skybow at the back of the field as they're making their way out near the 1,600 metres. And Maguire is the leader, but he slowed the tempo too, and Backstop after racing wide went round the outside and has taken over the running. So it's Backstop now out to the 1,400 leading Lord Larwood. Bida Condios trapped out wide, and Maguire's now fourth on the fence. A length and a half further back is Jangling Jack, and 2 lengths then to All Tanked Up, who wasn't leading all that long ago, and now he's back about 6th or 7th on the rail. Passed now by the Warrior. 2 lengths Casino Heights outside Brew, and they're trailed then by Peter Jack on the inside of Mr. Nelson. Mayshield next to last, and Skybow last. 1100 to go, and backstop is the leader, 3/4 to Lord Larwood, and Vita Con Dios 3 wide. Over on the inside is Maguire fourth, closely followed then by Jangling Jack and the Warrior. A length and a half further back is Casino Heights on the outside, all tanked up on the fence. Then Mr. Nelson Brew. Skybo's going forward. Mayfield next to last, and Peter Jack dropped out last at the 800 metres. They're across the track, and the Warrior's dashed around the outside. It's been a strange race. The Warrior now before the turn, kicked away by 2 lengths to backstop Lord Larwood, Jangling Jack. Vita Con Dios is just behind those, yielding ground, and old Skybo starting to work home well. Then a gap, Casino Heights, Maguire dropping out on the inside, and Mayshield pulled out wide as they corner. At the 500 metres now, and the Warrior a narrow leader. Backstop and Lord Larwood trying to kick back. Down the outside comes Skybo. Maguire starting to put in again, and Mayshield is the widest runner. The Warrior at the 300 in front of backstop. Skybo the outside. Then Brew starting to come home. Well, he's coming with a good run. It's the Warrior clear with 100 metres to go. Skybo after him with Brew. Brew's raced up now to go to the lead on the outside. Brew with the Warrior. It's Brew going home the better and wins it by a neck, the Warrior. Skybo third. Then came Mr. Nelson and Maguire from Peter Jack. Next in was Mayshield. A break behind them, backstop, followed in by Jangling Jack. And then came all tanked up Lord Larwood, Casino Heights and Vita Con Dios. Brew, the winner, ridden by Darren Beedman, coming with a beautiful strong run down the middle of the track to beat the Warrior and Skybo in 2:40.6. Victory here for number 3, Brew. Darren Beedman, strong, well-timed run. Back to Flemington, where he runs far better races than he can at other tracks. Caulfield really hadn't been his go. He was a bit disappointing last time, even though he was 3 deep. First up run was okay.
Good win too, and he outstayed them, Brew. The Warrior was in front everywhere but the last few bounds, and ran a good race. And Skybo, the old bloke, racing still very well. What's he now? An 8-year-old, and pays 480 there. So 730, 250, 260, 480. 361.
They're off in the Spring Country Cup. He didn't jump all that quickly, Tyrrell. He was second last out. Gallic Storm back to the rear. Real Silence is the early leader, narrowly though from Mountain Time at Iron Cross. Then Pirate Yarn and Monterey Bay, a couple of lengths to Arctic Will on the outside of Astrology, and then a gap to Let's Jive. Tyrrell being second last, and 2.5 lengths to Gallic Storm. Heading to the 1200 marker, here's a race for the lead. Pirate Yarn is up, taking on Real Silence, and they clap on the pace. They lead a length and a half, Mountain Time and Monterey Bay, followed by Iron Cross. About a length and a half to Arctic Will on the outside of Astrology, and a couple of lengths to Let's Jive. 3/4 to the sensationally back Tyrrell on the fence, and 2 lengths to Gallic Storm. Pirate Yarn, a stablemate of Tyrrell, is the leader now, and coming over the crossing at the 850 leads about a length and a half. Real Silence, with Monterey Bay without cover third. Mountain Time fourth, then Iron Cross, followed between horses by Astrology. A length to Arctic Will is covering a bit of ground. Tyrrell's going up and passing him nearer to the inside from Let's Jive, and 3 lengths to Gallic Storm. 500 out in the Spring Country Cup, and Pirate Yarn is just the leader from Real Silence. A length away in the 3rd position, Iron Cross. Astrology looking for the way through, followed by Monterey Bay, Mountain Time, and Tyrrell is back 3rd last. Topping the rise now, and Real Silence again heads Pirate Yarn. Iron Cross is coming home doggedly. Astrology getting up on the inside, and then Gallic Storm and Mountain Time. The leader is Real Silence, 120 to go. Mountain Time can't go on with it. Astrology the inside, and Gallic Storm flying. Gallic Storm will put pay to them, and the roughy Gallic Storm gets home in the Spring Country Cup. Gallic Storm has beaten Astrology and Real Silence, followed by Let's Jive, Iron Cross, Mountain Time. Tyrrell never ever raised the hopes of its supporters, and there were thousands of them, and Pirate Yarn, Monterey Bay and Arctic Will were the last 3.
3, Gallic Storm, 1270, 340, 6, Astrology, 210, and 5, Real Silence, 150.
A car accident.
Okay, 3, 6 and 5 there after race number 4 on the program at Randwik in Sydney today, the Country Cup. Off to Tasmania soon for race number 4, and that will be followed by race number 3 at Adelaide. Further look there, One Night's Passage is now 21 and 540, 2 Fireball, 19 and 550. 3 Gilded Star, 210, 140 is favourite. 4 Haitari, 610, 270. 5 Mr. Sands, 320, 180. 6 Interjazz, 12, 440, and 7 Garib, 23, 660. With the selections there for race 3 at Cheltenham. 5 from 3 and 4, and number 5, Mr. Sands, is the late mail. 365 official in Sydney, Gallic Storm from Astrology, and Real Silence. At the barrier in...
Running Gold Guru was a little bit slow to leave the gate. Off and running, Gold Guru was a little bit slow to leave the gates. One of the first out here, Ruralism. Harley took it on early and got the lead in the early point of the race. Harley just in front in the early stages here, moving up on the outside of it, Gilded Angel. Up to third goes Manor Hill, a length further back in the race. Make Mine Magic fourth. Ruralism fifth, followed by Specular, Weasel Will. Zahiro the fence from Gold Guru, Atomic Man, two to Ekalaka. Then Prince Standarn, followed the inside by Go With The Flow. Litmus further back from Anxiety Attack and Our Guided Missile. The pace right on, and the leader is Harley coming down to the 900 metre mark. He's 2.5 Gilded Angel, 3 further back Manor Hill. Good keen pace from Make Mine Magic, Specular out deep. Then Ruralism back on the inside. Further back in the race then came Zahiro. Back behind those, Gold Guru was starting to track out a little deep from Prince Standarn. Ekalaka, Atomic Man coming up to the home turn. On the bend they race 5.50 out. Harley a length in front of Gilded Angel. Manor Hill back on the inside. Further out is Make Mine Magic, followed wider out by Specular. Weasel Will out in the centre of the track, and further back Ruralism. Zahiro the fence, and right down the outside Gold Guru, Prince Standarn, Anxiety Attack at the 300 metre mark. Gilded Angel's got up now to Harley behind the Manor Hill. Further out is Weasel Will coming with a run now. With it Make Mine Magic, then Gold Guru. Zahiro about to get a late split. Gilded Angel hit the front. Weasel Will comes at it now. Weasel Will got to Gilded Angel and Manor Hill. Weasel Will in front, and Weasel Will gets up to win a neck on the line to either Manor Hill, and in the middle Gilded Angel, right behind them Zahiro. Then further back in the race Make Mine Magic, Harley. Ruralism behind those. Our Guided Missile ran on from Ekalaka. Further back in the race and Specular, followed by Gold Guru. Go With The Flow, Litmus. Well back is Prince Standarn, Anxiety Attack, and Atomic Man is near the tail.
5 Weasel Will, 360, 170 from 11 Manor Hill, 240, and 13 Gilded Angel, 380, and Exacted O'Brien.
5 in a photo here, 5 in a photo. Always just off the speed, running up to the terrific run at Caulfield in race record time last run behind Testarossa. And he went up to Gilded Angel and Manor Hill and Harley, and he's just proved to be too good. Preble punches up the double, winning the first and winning race 4. And 5 is in the frame, Weasel Will. Pretty tight for second. Manor Hill the inside, back in the centre, Gilded Angel. And I wonder, can he separate them? Might even be a dead heat here. The projected photo comes up. No, he won't split these, I wouldn't think, between Manor Hill and Gilded Angel for second. Weasel Will home about a long neck in the run of the post. 5 and a dead heat for second here. Dead heat for second between Gilded Angel, which is number 13, and 11 Manor Hill. Stay back to the inside. So 5 and a dead heat between 11 and 13 to race number 4. Zahiro, good run, trailed up on the fence. Didn't get a real good look at them till pretty late, after Weasel Will and Preble virtually went up and closed the gap as they made their move about 4 or 5 out. He sprinted very quickly. Good turn of foot here for this galloper. He's in good form now, Weasel Will. He won another good race through the spring. And he closed the gap up on Zahiro. Make Mine Magic just got a bit of a touch there from Zahiro as it tried to get out, but he finished hard. Weasel Will to score. 5 and a dead heat between the 11-13 after race number 4 today. So 2 Quinellas, 2 trifectas, and 2 exactas there. 5 a dead heat between 11 and 13.
And immediately Elite Trooper dropped out to last, and Canadian Pacific, the early leader, not for long, because Rod Quinn goes to the front on the Victorian Happy Emperor. About 2 lengths now the gap on Canadian Pacific. Black Ledge is a length away third, and 2 lengths further back Surf. On the inside of Beale Win, Stranger second last, and Elite Trooper whips them in. To the crossing at the 1600, and a Happy Emperor lopes along about 2.5 lengths clear on Canadian Pacific. A similar margin to Black Ledger. Beale Win's another length and a half further away. 1 to Surf, nearly 2 lengths to Strange, and 2 lengths to Elite Trooper. They race along the back of the track in this order, going by the 1400 metres, and Happy Emperor Quinn well up in the irons. The break it has on Canadian Pacific 2. In the third spot, another 2 away Black Ledger, 1.5 then to the favourite Beale Win. At his quarters on the fence is Surf, and then comes Strange, and still last Elite Trooper. No variation whatsoever as they head down towards the next bend, and going past the 1100 metres, Happy Emperor by a length on Canadian Pacific, 2 lengths to Black Ledger, a length and 3/4 to Beale Win, just going away a shade from Surf. Next to last is Strange, and a couple of lengths to Elite Trooper. They're on the High Street side of the Randwik racecourse, and Happy Emperor 3/4 of a length on Canadian Pacific, just getting a little closer at the 800. 2.5 to Black Ledger, parked on the inside of Beale Win, so the favourites racing abreast, and then Strange on the outside of Surf, nickled out a shade, and Elite Troopers last, about 7 lengths from Happy Emperor. Well, Happy Emperor's been in the lead from almost the word go, and down past the 550, holds out Canadian Pacific by 3/4 of a length. Munce hooking off the fence now on Black Ledger to tackle these 2 leaders, and on his outside is Beale Win. They turn the corner now. Canadian Pacific got past Happy Emperor, a length and a half to Black Ledger. Munce has had to go for the whip on it, and likewise Glenn Boss on Beale Win. Oh, Beale Win's running all over the place like a drunk. They come to the 150, and Canadian Pacific, oh, he's a mile in front. 2 lengths Happy Emperor, followed in third position by Black Ledger, then Strange, but Canadian Pacific for the money. Canadian Pacific beat Happy Emperor, Black Ledger, followed by Beale Win, Strange, Elite Trooper and Surf.
For Canadian Pacific, Jim Byrne, 11.90, 4.50. 1 Happy Emperor, 2.60. No third for 3, Black Ledger.
This hour 4-1-3 there at Randwik after race number 5 on the program. 4 from 1 and 3. We'll get more details there shortly. It's 27 past 3, National Racing Service. Our next event for description right on 3:30 will be race number 4. In fact, before that, it'll be race number 5 in Tasmania at 3:25, which is 2 minutes ago. Of course, they would have held for Sydney. Adelaide, we best look at the market update there.
Very quickly from the outside gate, and they're all coming over. Sports showing speed. There's the grey Paint whipping up, starting to head them off in the early point. And Almirada showing plenty of speed and going forward. Cullen settling down now. Paint led from on the inside of it. When they settle into stride would have been Cullen, followed by Sports Bomber Bill. Almirada about 3 lengths off them, further in by Sienna. They're followed by Beige Hunk. Sadurka back towards the centre. Behind those Rum, further back Rustic Miss, followed by Raciti. Drifting back was Astic from Amber Boy. And our Scenario coming down towards the 600 metre mark. Paint a half length in front of Cullen. Sports is hard over on the outside fence, a length and a half Almirada. Then further back Bomber Bill, try to get to the clear from Rum Raciti. Sadurka back towards the middle, followed by My Sienna, Rustic Miss, and back behind them Beige Hunk at the 300 metre mark. Paint under a bit of pressure. Sports starting to pick it up on the outside rail, followed by Cullen under pressure. Then Bomber Bill, and 3 lengths further back Almirada. Sports getting up to Paint now at the 150 metre mark, followed by Bomber Bill with a late run. Bomber Bill after Paint, and Sports from Rum. Bomber Bill in front of Sports near the line. Bomber Bill has won it a long head on the line to Sports, and those third Rum. Then further back in the race was Paint, followed by Raciti, Cullen, Almirada. Then Sadurka, Rustic Miss. Further back in the race then, our Scenario, followed by Beige Hunk. Then Amber Boy, the last 2, My Sienna and Astic.
6 Bomber Bill, $6, 2.50. 2 Sports, 2.40. And 3 Rum, 3.80.
Number 6 in the frame in 1.8.6. Gee, that's a gallop, isn't it, for 1,200 metres, 1.86 with rain that we've had through the night and a bit of drizzle this morning. Number 2 is second, Sports, and third goes to 3 Rum. 6, 2 and 3. 6, 2, 3. Finished up about 4 off the outside rail as he made his run. Going up to Paint. Paint in front. Sports got on terms. Looked as though he'd probably go home better and beat Paint. He just got the upper hand from Paint. Bomber Bill came at them.